Speedy.
Mark. Indy.
I told Stephen, what if we started out with him as a little boy?
Indiana.
Shh. Just let us see if we can work this out. You know, I think it might be an interesting idea, and it gives the whole thing so much more depth. So he said, well, okay.
That cross is an important artifact. It belongs in a museum.
I was interested in playing a young Indy and kind of had some insight on Harrison's way about him, being that I worked with him on Mosquito Coast. And while doing Mosquito Coast, I kept a close eye on Harrison, and I noticed some of his traits. And you know, when he would turn around, I would sometimes mimic him and get a few laughs. And
How about this?
That's good. That's good.
I felt, you know, close to it. I felt I could do it.
Give me that moment. Yeah, give me that moment of humiliation, and then go, right, go fast. Right, good. That's lovely. Well, River, you know, I love River's work, especially when he was in Stand By Me, and I think Harrison actually was the one that suggested River. He said to me, the guy that looks most like me when I was that age is this actor named River Phoenix. And I believe that's a Harrison Ford idea, because he played Harrison's son in Mosquito Coast. And I met River and thought he was great and cast him. Right, that's right, exactly. That's good. I wouldn't do that, but I like when it wraps around you. Wrap it around you again. I like that.
The movie has chosen to pick young Indy up at a certain point in his life where he experiences many different things which are very significant and forever change him. Forever. And basically he'll never be the same. For instance...
Oh my God.
You see how he gets this phobia for snakes. And how he learns how to use a whip. And he cracks that whip. And in the process of doing so, he goes, wallapoo, and the very end cuts him. And there you have the scar.
We thought it would really be fun to show how Indiana Jones got the scar on his chin, because in real life, Harrison Ford has a scar on his chin already.
Oh, I had a car crash when I was about 22 years old, 23 years old. Ran a car off a road and into a telephone pole.
Yeah, well, the second one is the one where it flies back in the face. You see it pretty well. River did it before with the felt whip.
I was talking the other day about the beginning of The Last Crusade, where we have Indiana Jones as a teenager. And I was thinking about this thing, and I think that sequence is actually about 4 minutes, because I've recently looked at it musically. And it's got, in that 4 minutes I counted, it's like 55 musical sync points. And what strikes me about that sequence also is that we're moving all the time. We're moving on the horse, moving in the car, moving on the train. All this action is taking place as we're traveling. And all the result of some writer's wacky imagination. Well, we'll have a train with snakes, you know, in the first 2 minutes. And that's the whole spirit of all those films. But the score is probably very close to being 2 hours. The orchestra's playing pretty much all the time.